Good morning, children. You are welcome to English class. Today let us follow the previous lesson. What's name? The Ramapuram tale is follow the third part today also. And pages 56 to 57. You can take the textbook and follow. Okay, let us continue our lesson. We know that last class the tiger was very dangerous situation. Then the author, the writer, came with 3 persons to catch the tiger. Now they put some places, 3 different places. They put the trap and waiting for the tiger. Let us see, come to the class. Leaving Jacob and one of the Sheoganj at the village, I took the second man who claimed to be well acquainted with the forest game paths in that area and moved westwards till we entered the foothills of the Bilgiri ranges. And all this area was unfamiliar to me. It was new, but it was so that it was that writer brother was unfamiliar these places. So he called some persons, the Sheoganj tribal members, called them to help him to show the route. I got him to walk in front. I covered him from the rear with my reply ready to in my hands. The Sheoganj are born jungle folk. They are in a jungle folk. They know the jungles here and there. So, and my guide showed no signs of nervousness while we tread our very dust. In single file, up again game path and down another, across the dark nullas. What is nullas? Nullas means the stream, a step for narrow road. Often bending down to avoid overhanging fronds. Fronds means the leaf of fronds of bamboo or outcrops of weighted bit thorn. Weighted bit thorn means a thorny plant, thorny bush with thorns, African thorns. And there was the bamboos are there and their leaves are dry leaves are there. Dried means dry leaves. And then also very thorny bushes are there. But no signs of fresh a tiger track did we see. A large male panther, panther means tiger, had crossed at one spot and at another spot a female accompanied by her cub. Cub means baby animal. And there how many tiger and tigers and their family are going, all families are going. But it was evident that was tigers we were looking for had not passed that way. It was nearing 3 p.m. before we got back to the forest lodge and played all lunch. That till 3 p.m. didn't come. So they came back to take their food. It was well past 7 by the time I got back to the Bangalore and slept suddenly that night. Nor did the morning call any tiger disturb me. Early morning found me on my way to visit the other 2 mates. Both were unharmed. That is, morning he went and they were there in the way. Morning he went to see them trap where he put the animal, but they are no unharmed. Returning to the forest lodge, I ate a frugal meal. Frugal means something, sandwich or some pasta like that, some food for breakfast he took, and then walked towards the trailer, carefully watching the road for the pug marks. He was sees where there is a walking, tiger is walking, there is a pug mark is there, so he was watching there. No tiger had passed that way. No tiger was passed that way. No. So at 9:15 a.m. found me waiting my henchman. What is henchman? Henchman means faithful follower. That tigers, the helpers. They returned to report the bite through the tethering rope. This time to report that the bait had been killed. They report that bait had been killed and removed by a tiger which had contrived to bite through the tethering rope. Fortunately, I had come prepared for such an evidently and had brought my torch and other night shooting kit with me and a haversack. Haversack means a small bag for taking all the tools. Back we went as fast we could. The shortly after midday had reached the spot where the bull had been tied. One bull had tied means attacked. That they reached the one place where the bull had been tied. The tiger's paw marks in approaching the bait were apparent in the soft earth 20 feet away, and examination showed that the killer was tigress and not a tiger. There was one tigress means a female tiger that he died. Darkness had been by the time I left the little village on the last stop of my journey. The last stop of my journey to the forest bungalow. But one of our baits was tied at the point about the halfway between the village and the bungalow in a glade not far from the road. It occurred to me that I would pay to a visit. But it's glade. Glade means an open place surrounded by a wood. Why this idea came to me, I cannot tell. Practically, as I had already looked it that morning on my way a Baylor. It was an impulse, and I have spent my life responding to impulses. I turned off along the little footpath that led away from the road towards the clearing where the bait was tied. It was quite dark except for the diffused blue from stars that shone brightly as the clear blue-black sky. It was a very darkening was coming that time. He was waiting for the tiger. I came up to a small white fig tree beneath which I waited for the tide. The shadows were deeper there, and the weight was moreover a brown one. The weight was the brown one. I could not see it till I came very close. When it lumbered, so his feet, the other rider was very slowly going to where the bull was there. Lumbered means moved slow to his feet, and he started to my approach. Even as I was startled by his sudden action, it was still unharmed. It was not unharmed. I moved around it the other side. You had to other side to inspect the rope that held in my hind leg. In case it had become twisted maybe with slowly he was going, because if there's sound, the tiger is attacked, so the other is going to slowly going, and it was not without twisted means without disturb. And at that moment, the man-eater charged. It was fortunate for me that I had moved to other side of the bull. He was on the other side of the bull, which consequently came between me and the tiger. but I confess that I was taken totally by surprise. There was a tumble's extraordinary, great in size. It was a big one, not a small one, but it's extraordinary. From the jungle from the which I had just emerged. Emerged means move out. The bull sunk round. Sunk means move side. I leaped behind it with my back to my trunk of the fig tree, almost tripping over tithering rock. A huge grey shape vulture on the back of the bull, which collapsed beneath the sudden weight, because there was one rope was that also the weight of the sudden weight of the bull. It was shaped means vaulted means other one shape like that shape, but the tiger had not seized the neck and throat. It had simply leaped upon the bull in order to raise me beyond it. Luckily, in falling, the bull ruined the tiger's spring, which otherwise would have followed within the split second. The bull was and tiger was under the bull. The tiger was extricating itself from the heaving body. It means extricating means freeing. And fallen bull, when my bullet smashed between his eyes, convulsively it twisted back. Convulsively means with a sudden it twisted backward, still lying across the bull, which now started on its feet with the tiger over its back, the head and the forequarters surging forwards. Surging means sinking or bulging. Automatically and without thinking, I fired my second shot at a spot which I judged to the behind the tiger's left shoulder. He shooted, first shooted, and second shoot is that it was touched here. The bull collapsed. The tiger rolled off the bull and towards me. The tiger rolled off his and towards the border between the bull and border. My third shoot was in the throat. The bull never moved. The tiger kicked convulsively, sudden, and then at last all was still. The light from the torch of the reply revealed that my first bullet had smashed tiger's skull. My second had been too low and heavy, 405 in the missile had plugged through the end of the tiger's chest and blown to terminates hollow in the bull's side. My third bullet, a quite unnecessary one, had passed through the tiger's throat, leaving a gaping hole. But I had killed poor bull that I had unwittingly served my life. My hands were trembling, my knees would, and suddenly I felt very, very sick. There was after the shooting and trembling. After that, he was very trembling and sick. The reaction after the events of that evening was sudden. I sat on the ground with the back to the fig tree and raised my hand to my forehead, which I was surprised to find icy cold to my touch. It was like that very dangerous situation. Killed the tiger, but also there are bull also killed. That is why he was very frightened, because served his wife also, this bull. So he was very unhappy. Even tiger was died. The let us see what is the point, last point. Before the tiger would get back on his feet under the bull, the other shot it between its eyes, while the second shot hit the bull. The third shot went through the tiger's throat, silencing it. The other remained in a state of shock at the sudden turn of events in which he had killed not only the man-eater but also bull that had saved his life. There are not only tiger but also he killed the bull also, because for what he kept the bull to kill the tiger, but it was otherwise the tiger will not come. He attacked the bull, then only he can catch the tiger. So it is the finishing our story is here the Ramapuram tiger, how he, the person who killed the tiger, how much time or how much preparation he think and asking others help also. And it is very dangerous to kill the tiger, one person, but he killed, he has been, because he is a hunter, he is a very hunter. It's called, he is a hunting, because he also in the age of, was thrilling to hunting. So he saved the man-eater Ramapuram tiger. Okay, are you happy here? Once more, read the lessons, otherwise you will not understand the points. So today I send the exercise 1, B, C and only B section, and other answers we can write and also we can read the vocabulary. Next class I will take some grammar class, then you can follow me some grammar. Okay, now let us, I think you read nicely, then you will understand the story of the Ramapuram tiger. It's a nice story, how we can kill the animals who are dangerous, that showed through these lessons. And also you can help other people, how we can help, because the tribals and they can't kill the tiger, so they were afraid. The hunting, where the people of tribals, they were afraid of the tiger. But this man writer or the helped them and trapping very different way he trapped the animals. So it was, we can learn from him some morals. So I am conclude here. Thank you very much for your watching.